And we're rolling. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the video today, I'm going to be going over how to make $300 a day selling on Mercari. I personally don't sell on Mercari anymore. I don't have time. I'm hoodied down. I'm going to the gym after this. But one of the coaching clients that I have from Las Vegas has been selling on Mercari for a while. She was, let's say, maybe doing $1,000 a month. The first week we started working together, she did $1,700 with a 40 to 60% profit margin. So I want to go over what we talked about in that so that you guys can share it and get the same value that she did out of it. It's all a learning process. I'm going to go through all the different things, but the only reason I'm making this video in essence is the one biggest thing. She was already selling on Mercari, right? So she already knows what needs to be done, what needs to be sold. And if you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with Mercari. But the biggest thing here was literally just the goal setting. If you have a Mercari account, it's super easy to sell. You can post up to 100 items, so there's no limit to how many items you can post. I don't even have a Mercari account anymore because I don't use it. But because there's only the limit of 100 things you can post 100 different things. You don't have to know what to sell on here yet. You just post what you have, what you see on Facebook, what you see in OfferUp, what you see on Amazon, what you see on Deal Extreme, AliExpress, whatever the case may be, wherever you're sourcing it from. I have other videos about where to source it from too. But once that's in place, it's all hustle. So the only strategy we added to her thing, we already knew she could sell and she knew she could sell, but there was some type of limiting belief about pushing it or whatever, like getting to that next level, right? So at $1,700 a week, that comes out to almost $90,000 a year just selling on Mercari. Now, this is post commission too, so Mercari's taking 10% of that, another 10% or whatever that was, because the $1,700 was take home, not including expenses for the inventory itself. So that was purely just what was being taken home after. Let's call that $1,000 a week. So you're making $50,000 a year after everything, completely net, working from your phone, drop shipping, drop flipping, selling it directly from your phone, not having to go show up at a job. You're making more than median income in the United States. And this is pre-scaled too. You all know how I feel about this. I would much rather you start your own drop shipping store, whether it's Shopify or WooCommerce or whatever the case may be, than try and go on Mercari or eBay or Amazon. Amazon maybe, but Mercari and eBay, they take way too high of a percentage for what you're selling. So long-term scalability, if I make $100,000, I want to pay 10% just to use the platform. That $10,000 that I'm paying to use the platform, I could go make a website. I could pay somebody to do ads. $10,000 in ads, I should make $100,000 if I spend. Like I have at least a 10-to-1 asymmetrical risk reward on ad spend for myself at least. So if you learn the skill set behind the ads, I would much more recommend doing that versus. And at the same time, this is all custom to you. So if you don't want to learn that new skill, if you're so stuck in your comfort zone, obviously I want to push you out of your comfort zone because I care and I love you, and I'm willing to push you and say like, well, what could you do if you really wanted to do it? But it's about knowing yourself. What do you want to do? Like, what's the ideal situation for you that's going to push you the most, make you that like best that you can be, and give you the most fulfillment and enjoyment out of what you're doing, and make you the most money, baby. But all we did was the first week or so when we were working on it, she had her items for sale. She was selling stuff like the mug stuff, custom, not Lulu, and a little bit of custom stuff. No designer, but like clothes and stuff like this. And the only difference we did was setting a daily dollar amount goal. And this, I picked this up and my buddy was giving me shit, and it was the most appreciated thing I needed. And he was like, why aren't you making like $5,000 a day, like every single day? And I know I can in theory because I've had $5,000 days, I've had $10,000 days, haven't had a $20,000 day yet. I definitely want to have a $20,000 single day this year in 2020, which we hype, and I know it's completely easily doable. But he was asking me, he's like, why aren't you doing that dollar amount every single day? And it made me think, I'm like, you're right, why am I not? So I moved that same strategy that she showed me onto her. I said, okay, let's start just today. Your only goal is to make to $100 in sales by the end of the day. $100. Let's pretend it's all net. You make $3,000 a month. If you're making minimum wage, you're making $1,800 a month. Probably pre-tax, it's probably closer to $1,400 a month after tax. So at a minimum, if you're complaining, this is something that you can do to double what you're making right now, not including and it doesn't take a time away from the job that you already have. So the first day she smokes the goal. It was like 180, and I told her she only needed to do 100. So I said, okay, next day, let's scale it up. Let's do 250. Next day she did two and some change, let's say. So even though she didn't hit the goal, I didn't care about hitting the goal. It's not about being right or wrong. That's what we're taught. That's ego. That's all BS. It's about like, what are you capable of? What do the results say at the end of the day? So that she was like upset about it at the time, and I was like, "What are you upset about? You just doubled what you did in sales yesterday, and it's your first like it's your second day of doing this strategy. It's all upside. There's nothing but like empowerment and upside and unlimited potential." So then the next day I was like, let's do like a $350, $400 goal. And over time, it ended up starting being consistently over $300 a day just by me saying, like putting that in place. Hey, this is your goal for the day. Hit it. That's it. There's no emotion to it. It's just hit the fucking goal. And I love you. And that's like, there's no judgment. Just hit the goal. If you don't hit it, who cares? We either get the result that we want or we learn. And that's the other result that we want, because I would rather learn, like, Gary Vee, I completely agree with this from the side of, as much as I love making, like having a one sale call and making $5,000. I love that because it feels good, and it proves to me that like all the fucking badass hard work that I did in the back end that I don't talk about is paying off in the real world in dollar results. But at the same time, once you get out of this like limited mindset and it's purely all upside, it's all abundance, there's zero risk on not hitting a dollar goal, because you know that, okay, I didn't hit it today. Let's say I spent a couple grand on marketing. Let's say it doesn't pan out in 3 months, but I learned, okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing that would get me to that closer to that goal? What information am I missing? What understanding am I missing? Whatever the case may be, how I'm getting closer to the result. You're not born yet there yet either, because you're not really in the reality. You might be in real life. You might be getting the goal you want, but it's not creating you to your fullest potential, which I think is way more valuable in the long run, because then you can handle life versus being a loser in reality. So there's my take. The biggest thing, the only thing, set dollar daily goals for Mercari. It will substantially improve the numbers that you hit on a daily basis. That's it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Mercari probably is the best beginner selling platform, I would say. If you ever have any questions, the best way to get a hold of me is on Instagram at @TheJoshElbow. I have a coaching program that's one-on-one. It's $2,600 for 6 weeks, one-on-one every single day. I'm on you. The worst case results, I think, was like the 1,700 in the first week, and those are still pretty good. Not including on the giveaway side, there's $5,200 in free incentives, so double what the cost of the program is just on free giveaways. So if you're willing to be coachable, the money's there. It's easily doubled. I can't say guaranteed for litigation purposes, but it's virtually a guarantee. I can show you all of the stuff beforehand. So if you want more information on that, shoot me a DM on Instagram at TheJoshElbow, or shoot me an email at summitsme@gmail.com. Other than that, love you so much. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.